Hungarian Folk Tales. The Poor Man's 9 Hens and 1 Cockerel. Once upon a time, there lived a poor man and his wife. And they had more children than there are holes in a sieve. The poor man only possessed 2 small oxen, and he went ploughing with them in the forest every day. He was ploughing there one day when he heard a kind of crying. A big brown bear was wrestling with a tiny rabbit. The poor man laughed heartily when he saw the peculiar sight, but this made the bear very angry indeed. "You'll see, poor man, I shall eat you up, oxen, plough and all." This frightened the poor man, who said, "Oh bear, please don't eat me up, for I have a great number of children, and if I don't plough this field, there won't be any wheat, and then what will the little children eat? Please wait until the end of the day, when my ploughing will be done, and you can come here and eat me up, oxen, plough and all." "Very well," the bear said, and it walked off into the forest. So the poor man went on ploughing, but he felt so sad that he did not know what to do with his sorrow. And as he stood feeling sad, a fox appeared. "Hey, poor man, why are you so sad?" "How could I not be?" And he told the fox about his promise to the bear. "Oh, there's no need to be sad. What will you give me if I help you? Do you have chickens in your yard at home?" "As a matter of fact, we do. My wife keeps 9 hens and a cockerel." "Well, if you give them all to me, I shall tell you what to do. I'll happily give them to you, and you can come and collect them later today. Poor man, I shall return this evening and hide behind a big bush. And then, when the big brown bear comes, I will..." Do you think that will work? It will. Poor man, I have come to eat you up, oxen, plough and all." "Very well, eat me." "What's that noise, poor man?" "I don't know. Hunters might be coming with guns to shoot you." "Oh, hide me somewhere. I'm so frightened." "Here's a sack. Hide in here." So the bear hopped into the sack without a second word, and the poor man tied the sack tight. Then the fox came out from behind the big bush. And he began to feel the sack. "What's in the sack, poor man?" "Nothing but a big noggin of firewood." "I don't believe it." "But that's what's inside." "Well, if it is a noggin as you say, chop it with your axe." So then the poor man hit the sack hard with his axe, and the big brown bear was killed in an instant. "Well then, poor man, you promised to give me 9 hens and a cockerel, and I shall go to collect them later tonight." So the poor man went home, unharnessed his oxen, went into the house, ate his supper, and went to his bed for the night. All of a sudden, he heard a knocking on the door. "Who's there?" "'Tis I, the fox. I've come to collect my 9 hens and a cockerel." "Very well. Wait until I get up and put my trousers on." But the poor man had no intention of dressing, and instead he said to his children, "Bark, children, bark." What was that? We forgot to lock our door before we went to bed, and all the dogs came in from the yard to sleep under our bed. Now they can smell a fox, and they want to eat you up. Oh, hold them, poor man, let me run away. Bark louder. Woof, 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 woof. You see, Fox, I have learned something from you after all, said the poor man, and he turned to the wall and fell fast asleep. And he and his wife and all their children lived happily ever after. Hungarian Folk Tales. The Bear and the Cat. Many, many years ago, in a land far, far away, there lived a bear. And one day, the bear met a cat and said, "Let us work together, cat, and build a house." So the two of them worked together, and they built a house in the forest. When the autumn came, the leaves began to fall, and the bear said, "The winter will soon be here. Let us work together, cat, and collect some food." So the two of them bought a bucket, went deep into the forest, and filled the bucket with wild honey. Then they got a second bucket and filled it with fat, and carried the buckets up to the attic. The winter that came was a very bleak one indeed, with plenty of wind, lots of snow, and very cold days. So the bear lay down to go to sleep, while the cat watched over the fire and sat comfy in the warmth. But then the cat slowly became hungry and wondered how it could get out of the house so it could climb up into the attic to eat from the buckets of honey and fat. "Where are you going, cat?" "You will never believe me, but a mouse just came past and invited me to a baptism." "The mouse has just had a baby and says it wants me to be the baby's godfather." "Very well, then you had better go," said the bear. So then the cat sneaked up to the attic and ate a quarter of the honey and a quarter of the fat and sneaked back down again. "Oh, you're home from the baptism. What's the little one's name?" "A quarter." "How about that? I've never heard of a name like that." Time went by, and the cat got hungry again. "Hey, cat, where are you going?" "Well, you will never believe me, but another little mouse came by and invited me to another baptism." "Very well, then you had better go." "You're home again soon?" "That's right," said the cat. "And what's the little one's name?" "A half." After a few days, the cat got hungry again and quietly opened the door. "Where are you going, cat?" "You will never believe me, but I've been invited to another baptism. Another baby mouse was born, and I'm to be its godfather." "Very well, then you had better go." "So what's the little one's name?" "Nothing." "Oh my, that's the strangest name of all." When the spring came at last, the bear woke from its winter sleep, thin and hungry as it had not eaten since the autumn. But everything is fine because we have plenty of honey and fat in the attic. Cat, please fetch some and we'll make delicious pancakes with honey.
Go up to the attic, Cat, and fetch the 2 buckets down.
Oh, but I'm so dizzy. So very, very dizzy. And we all know that cats don't get dizzy, don't we? But the cat was pretending. Very well, I'll go and get it myself, said the bear. So the bear went up to the attic and found both buckets empty. I'm going to teach that bad cat a lesson. Cat, you ate everything up, and that is why you said a quarter, a half, and nothing. The cat denied the whole thing and said to the bear, let's make a test. We'll both lie in the sun for a while, and whoever ate the honey and the fat will sweat it out, and then we'll know. So they lay down in the sun, and the cat ran up to the attic and scraped what was left of the fat and the honey from the buckets and smeared it on the bear's fur. Then the bear woke up and looked at its sticky fur and said, oh dear, I must have eaten it all. But when did I do it? When the cat saw the bear, it couldn't stop laughing. And it laughed, and it laughed, and it laughed, and it ran off into the forest. And the poor foolish bear lived unhappily ever after. Hungarian Folk Tales. The Hen and the Slowberry. Once upon a time, there lived an old woman. And the old woman had 1 hen and 1 cockerel. One day the hen was pecking in the bushes when she found a single slowberry. The hen tried hard to swallow the slowberry, but it stuck in her throat. The hen rushed to the cockerel and asked him to fetch her some water because she was sure she would soon choke on the slowberry. So the cockerel ran to the well and said, well, give me some water. I'll take the water to the hen because she's sure she will choke on the slowberry. The well said, I will give you some water if you fetch me a green branch. So the cockerel ran to the tree and said, tree, give me a green branch. I'll take the branch to the well will give me water, I'll take the water to the hen because she's sure she will soon choke on the slowberry. The tree said, I will give you a green branch if you bring me a wreath. So the cockerel ran to the wreath maker and said, wreath maker, give me a wreath. I'll take the wreath to the tree will give me a green branch, I'll take the branch to the well will give me water, I'll take the water to the hen because she's sure she will choke on the slowberry. The wreath maker said, I will give you a wreath if you bring me a pair of shoes. So the cockerel went to the cobbler and said, cobbler, give me a pair of shoes. I'll take the shoes to the wreath maker will give me a wreath, I'll take the wreath to the tree will give me a branch, I'll take the branch to the well will give me water, I'll take the water to the hen because she's sure she will choke on the slowberry. I'll give you a pair of shoes if you bring me some glue. So the cockerel ran to the cat and said, cat, give me some glue. Then I'll take the glue to the cobbler will give me a pair of shoes, I'll take the shoes to the wreath maker will give me a wreath, I'll take the wreath to the tree will give me a branch, I'll take the branch to the well will give me water, I'll take the water to the hen because she's sure she will choke on the slowberry. The cat said, I will give you glue if you bring me some milk. So the cockerel ran to the cow and said, cow, give me some milk. Then I'll take the milk to the cat will give me some glue. I'll take the glue to the cobbler will give me a pair of shoes. I'll take the shoes to the wreath maker will give me a wreath. I'll take the wreath to the tree will give me a branch. I'll take the branch to the well, and the well will give me water, and I'll take the water to the hen, because she's sure she will choke on the slowberry. The cow said, I will give you some milk if you bring me some hay. So the cockerel ran to the reaper and said, Reaper, give me some hay. I'll take the hay to the cow will give me the milk. I'll take the milk to the cat will give me some glue. I'll take the glue to the cobbler will give me a pair of shoes. I'll take the shoes to the wreath maker will give me a wreath. I'll take the wreath to the tree will give me a branch. I'll take the branch to the well will give me water. I'll take the water to the hen, because she's sure she will choke on the slowberry. The reaper said, I will give you some hay if you bring me some bread. So the cockerel ran to the farmer's wife and said, Farmer's wife, give me some bread. I'll take the bread to the reaper will give me some hay. I'll take the hay to the cow will give me milk. I'll take the milk to the cat will give me glue. I'll take the glue to the cobbler will give me shoes. I'll take the shoes to the wreath maker will give me a wreath. I'll take the wreath to the tree will give me a branch. I'll take the branch to the well, and the well will give me water. I'll take the water to the hen, because she's sure she will choke on the slowberry. The farmer's wife said, I will give you some bread if you bring me some firewood. So the cockerel ran to the forest, collected some firewood, and took it to the farmer's wife. Then the farmer's wife gave him some bread, and he took the bread to the reaper. The reaper gave him some hay, and he took the hay to the cow. The cow gave him some milk, and he took the milk to the cat. The cat gave him some glue, and he took the glue to the cobbler. The cobbler gave him a pair of shoes, and he took the shoes to the wreath maker. The wreath maker gave him a wreath, and he took the wreath to the tree. The tree gave him a branch, and he took the branch to the well. The well gave him some water, and he took the water to the hen. But by then, the hen had surely choked on the slowberry. Hungarian Folk Tales. Stone Soup. Once upon a time, a poor young soldier was coming home from the war. The poor soul wandered from one village to another, threadbare and hungry. He was offered no bread or even a little hot soup, anywhere at all. He went from house to house asking for something to eat. But the people either set the dogs on him or told him they themselves were too poor to eat. As he carried on from gate to gate, he made up his mind to go into the first house and make a pot of soup for himself, whoever the owner of the house might be. He picked up a stone at the entrance of a house and walked in. The owner was an old woman. "Good morning, old lady." "Good morning to you, young soldier." "Are you well today, old lady?" "I am well. And how are you, young soldier?" "I'm also well. But I have to say that I would love to eat a little soup, if you have any to spare." "Oh, young soldier, I'd gladly give you some if I had any, but I'm as poor as a church mouse. I have nothing. My pantry, my attic, and my whole house are all empty. I have nothing, not even a crust of bread." "Well," said the soldier, "I'm not so poor. I have a stone right here in my pocket. I could make a soup out of it. All I need is a pot or a pan or something to cook it in." "Well, I could give you one. I have plenty of pots in the house," said the old woman, "but I have nothing to put in them." The soldier washed the stone nice and neatly and placed it in the pot. The old woman lit the fire. The soldier poured water over the stone and placed it on the fire to cook. He even stirred it with a long wooden spoon. The old woman watched him with curiosity. The soldier even tried the soup. "Well, it's good enough," he said, "but if it had a little salt in it, it would be even better." "I'll get you some salt. I have plenty." The soldier put the salt into it, stirred it, and said, "If you had a spoonful of fat, that would make it even better." The old woman said, "I do have some. I'll bring it right away." She brought a spoonful of fat, and they put it in the pot. The soldier stirred it and tried it, while the old woman watched his every move. The soldier said, "Well, you know, I'm used to making stone soup, but I usually make it with a piece of sausage. That gives it a better flavour." "Oh, I have some sausage," said the old woman. "I'll give you some from the pantry." Then the soldier said, "Bring 2 pieces, so then you'll have 1 and I'll have 1 too." "Very well, I shall bring 2." And the old woman brought 2 pieces of sausage. The soldier put them both in the pot, then stirred it and tried it. "Do you know," he said, "if you have some potatoes, we could cut some up and put them in here too. And if you have some vegetables, that would really top it all." "Oh, but I do have some," said the old woman, "and I'll bring them at once." So she hurried off right away, pulled up some potatoes and vegetables, which they cleaned and cut into pieces and put into the soup. Then the soldier stirred it, tasted it, and said to the old woman, "You should try it too. It's really good." The old woman tried the soup and said, "Well, I would have never have believed that you could make such a good soup from a stone." They left it to cook a while, then the soldier said, "A little rice would improve it, but I'm not sure you have any." "Oh, but I do have some rice." Then they put some rice into the soup too. Now it's just like the soups I usually make. Then they waited for the soup to be ready, and the soldier served the old woman and himself a bowlful each, and they both began to eat. The old woman couldn't help wondering how such a good soup like this had been made out of a stone. When they had had enough to eat, the old woman said to the soldier, "Tell me, young soldier, would you sell me this stone? Quite often I have nothing to cook, but with this stone I would always have at least a little soup." "Well, why not? It's yours for 100 florins. The old woman quickly gave him the 100 florins and wrapped the stone from the soup in a cloth, so she could use it again to make soup whenever she wanted. Then the young soldier left with the 100 florins before the old woman could change her mind. So he had satisfied his hunger, and he had 100 florins for his troubles. He walked cheerfully on till nightfall, when he met another old woman who had no idea how to make good soup out of a stone either. He played his trick again and had a good meal on top of it. And I don't know what kind of soup the old woman made after that, as I was told this story by an old aunt of mine. But I suppose they tried it when they were poor back in the old country. But whatever the case, they all lived happily ever after. Hungarian Folk Tales. The Soldier's Luck. Once upon a time, there lived a soldier. The soldier was returning home on leave from the army and passing through the forest when an old witch appeared and blocked his path. "Would you like to have wealth and riches, young man?" "Of course, for I do not have a penny to my name." "Then listen to me. You must go to the hollow tree and summon up all the money you desire. But you can only make money magically appear if you grant me one wish." "Just tell me what you wish, old lady." "There are 3 barrels of coins down there, but each is guarded by a fearsome hound. I shall give you an apron, and once you get down there, you must spread it on the ground and place the dogs on it. When you have collected all the money you want, you will look for a box on the table and you must bring that box to me. Now I shall tie this rope around your waist and lower you down, and when your task is complete, I shall pull you back again." The soldier looked at the coins in the first barrel, but they were all copper. "I don't want these," he said, set the dog back on the pile and carried on. The second barrel contained silver coins. He said, "I don't want these either." The third barrel was filled with gold coins, so he placed the dog on the apron and filled all his pockets with gold. Then he picked up the magic box from the table and called to the old witch to hoist him back up. So tell me, witch, why do you want this little box? But the old witch could not tell him, so he slit her throat with his silver sword. Then the soldier went on his way. Soon he reached a town where he bought himself good food and new clothes. Then he hired a coach and rode through the town. And as he rode, he showered the townspeople with money. He gave money willingly because he knew what it was to be poor. Then he rented a room at the local inn where he made merry every night. But the day eventually came when he ran out of money and had neither bread nor candles. Then he recalled that the little box from inside the hollow tree had a candle in it. The soldier lit the candle and the first fearsome dog appeared. "What is your wish, master?" "I've run out of money. I have neither bread nor anything else." Then the dog hurried off and soon returned with a bag brimming full of money for its master. The young soldier soon received news that there was a young princess living in the town, but that no one was allowed to visit her in person. The soldier soon set his heart on seeing her. So he lit the candle, and the dog appeared. "What is your wish, master?" "I hear there is a princess whom no one is allowed to see." "How could I possibly see what she's like?" "She's said to be very beautiful indeed." Then the dog went off without saying a word and soon returned with the princess. The royal maid went to the princess's room in the palace and discovered that she was gone. As soon as she realized, she began to scream. Everybody asked, "Where can she have gone? Where can she have gone?" The king said, "If she comes back, a maid should sit by the side of her bed and watch over her at night and see which way she goes should she leave." So when the princess was back in her room, a maid sat by the side of her bed. The next night, when the dog took her away, the maid ran after them but failed to note the number of the house and so didn't know where the dog had taken her. "I know what to do," the king said. So he filled a bag with flour, cut the corner off the bag, and tied it to the princess's waist. So wherever the dog took her, the flour trail betrayed them. The next day, soldiers followed the flour trail and it led them directly to the young soldier. The king was furious and sentenced the young soldier to death for what he had done. All the people of the town gathered to see the execution. Then a young boy happened to pass right in front of the soldier's prison cell window, and the soldier said to him, "Where are you going, young lad?" "I'm going to see the execution of some soldier." "Go no further. I'm that soldier. Go back quickly." He told the lad where exactly. "And bring me the box you'll find on the table." The young boy went off, brought the box, and passed it to him. So when he was led to the gallows, the soldier told the hangman that he had one last wish. The king allowed the soldier to smoke a pipe. Then the soldier lit the candle in the box 3 times and all 3 dogs appeared. "What is your wish, master?" "What's my wish? Can you not see I am about to be hanged?" So then the 3 dogs set upon the crowd, but they were careful not to harm the pretty princess. Then the soldier married the princess, and they both lived happily ever after.